Call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. Entertain a motion to approve the June 14th Select Board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, 5-0. I don't have any additions to the agenda unless any of you do.
I do.
You have, go ahead.
Add opening of the crushing bid.
Crushing bid
Bids.
under new business.
Yes.
Okay. And you have them?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay. Members of the public, I don't see any. Go ahead, Rob, with warrants.
Make a motion to pay the warrants, starting with payroll, $10,619.10. Number 2, payroll tax, $4,091.20. Number 3, general fund, $6,197.51. Number 4, highway fund, in the amount of $883.65. And number 5, highway equipment fund, in the amount of $1,642.19, for a total of $23,433.65.
Have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on any of the warrants? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
5-0. Okay. Any correspondence that we know about? Okay, Steve, go ahead.
We're continuing our summer maintenance with cleaning of culverts, inlets, and outlets. We did change a culvert on Stonewall last week. We have additional culverts that we'll be changing in the upcoming weeks. And I have another candidate for highway crew coming in at 6:15 for an interview.
Okay. Any questions of Steve? All right. Treasurer's report I have. Now, under the new process that we're going through, we have in our dedicated funds for the last set of warrants for the year, we finished out with $3,481 in the positive. So the budget was pretty close to.
That's close.
Yeah, well, we should have, because of the way that we're doing it with the cash, zeroed out. You're never going to do that, but that's pretty close. And then what's in the accounts that are sitting in the bank right now, $507, $945.60. Boy, that was smooth. And $30,000 in the checking account. Any questions on that? Okay. Then we have another, you see under this town clerk's report, this is a little bit different a sheet than she usually does, and she's just trying to make it more user friendly, show how much she's taking in and which way, you know, like checks and cash and credit card types of things. So I kind of like this rather than that little tiny lines that we got before, but
That's a good format.
yeah, I know she's been working on it for a while. Okay, for me, August 9th is primary election day. It's also our board meeting day. We have a couple of choices. We can either use the lister's office, go upstairs, or change the date. Totally up to you guys what you want to do. Go upstairs? Okay. Any problem?
It should be nice and toasty up there.
Yeah.
Longest.
Open up the window and I'll bring one of the smoke ejectors from the fire department. Nobody will hear what we're talking about. Okay. And now we had VLCT. Rob and Katie, myself, Connie met with the VLCT representative here last week, And it was a good meeting. It was, what can we do to help out the towns? They gave us a bunch of links for different funding resources, try and tackle some of our programs and problems with. So in all, it was a good meeting. And we had I made one comment about us not getting the grant submission paid yet, and the next day it was approved. So there, at least the executive director up there, and some of the other people, I mean, the COVID thing really messed them up as far as what they were doing. He seems very responsive. So, yeah, that's all I have to add to it.
I do have a question regarding the meeting upstairs.
Yep.
If there are people who can't go up there for whatever reason, will that just be it'll be like a Zoom conference thing, it'll be a video available?
We'll have the link available if they want to sign on.
Oh, got it, okay.
I mean, we've kept the Zoom account active, so
great.
that, make sure that when we put that out, that we add that to the announcement. And then that way, if there are anybody that has that kind of problem, can't get up there on their own, they can certainly sign into it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, move on to old business. Sullivan and Powers. We put this on the sideline last meeting to give everyone a chance to read it through. Did you find any issues in reading it through that concern you? You were okay with it? Rob, you're okay with it?
Yep.
All right. Set?
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Then entertain a motion to accept the Sullivan Powers contract and move that forward.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Is there any more questions? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No opposed. Humane Society, on the same vein. There is the hang up on this was that they charge a $30 fee per day, and you'll see the email from the Humane Society's director. And we can add to that fee, or just leave it them collecting that fee to help support their operations and taking care of the animal. It's we spend $385, and I guess those fees help offset it.
Wasn't the wording that we make up the
rate?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
happens is, she asked us in the email, if you read the email, whether or not we want to change it. If we change it, she's gonna change it to all the other towns, because I guess it's the same fee for all the towns involved.
And it's currently 30 and not 50.
It's
Right.
currently 30, and they waive it if people have a hard time paying it. Sounds like they sometimes waive it.
So if they roll in a Mercedes-Benz, they pay, and if they roll in a Honda, they don't?
Who knows, I don't know how they determine it, but the email basically says that they waive it sometimes.
Sometimes.
Or, I don't remember the wording is.
So it sounds like if we lower our impound rate, set at 30, then they would increase it for all of the other cities to offset.
Well, we don't have an impound rate right now. What the hangup was is we never had a rate to impound dogs. They have that $30 fee, and then if we wanted to add money to it, they would send that back, but they were still gonna collect the $30. And I can't remember, and from you guys don't know anything about a fee that we've ever imposed. No,
Not that I've ever heard.
so. I mean, I don't think that's really necessary to tack on any more money to people that wanna collect their dogs, do you?
No.
No.
Okay. So, how do you wanna proceed? You go with a motion and, get it approved and moved on, or not? We can do that. Why don't we do this? Entertain a motion to accept the contract from Wyndham County Humane Society for the impoundment of dogs for a total fee of, for the town, of $385 during the year. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. The other question is town authorized agent. Do you want me to sign that?
Yes.
Okay. We'll take care of that after the fact. Next up. Okay, we have an agreement from FEMA, or through the state, excuse me, but it's to pay us the remaining, or pay us the reimbursement from the damages on the July storm. Connie put together this FEMA reimbursement page, this right here. Got it? And basically, the federal government is going to pay us $255,501.51. The state will pay us up to $19,034.15. There is a, depending on whether we have met the obligations that the state require, and there are 4 tiers. It actually could be as high as 17%, but that's not going to happen because of one of those tiers falling off just a couple of months before the storm hit. So that's what's coming through this program, and they're asking for us to sign this contract. And, well, they're asking for me to sign this contract, I guess, to start receiving this money, and it's going to reimburse for things that we've paid for already. It's flat out reimbursement, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's in there. It's the usual government language about everything else, but it boils down to what they're going to send our way to cover these losses. I entertain a motion to accept the contract and sign off on it so that can be moved forward.
So moved. Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, I vote, and we'll take care of that after the fact. We have a request to use the common. This is for the Townshend Elementary School for their pumpkin festival in, October 15th. They're also asking us to waive the fee, and I guess it's going to be supervised by the school. I think the new principal signed off on it. There's a new principal, Christina, over there.
At the elementary school?
Yeah, at the elementary school, the acting one.
No, not that I know of.
Okay. I'm not sure who that is.
What's the name?
Maybe Renee Merlozzi is?
That could be it. I was looking down
That's,
here.
I think,
Which
Chris
is the
Jers.
supervisor and the state.
Chris who?
Jers.
Sure, okay. The person responsible for it is Renee Merluzzi. All right. First question is there any opposition to signing off on this permit for the Pumpkin Festival?
No.
Okay, so second question is, do you want me to sign off on this particular permission?
Yes.
Okay. All right, entertain a motion to accept the Pumpkin Festival's permit request for the town common. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, the next one is Charlie wants to use the building here for the cemetery commission meeting. Was he asking for upstairs or downstairs? Upstairs, okay. That will be on September 24th, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. That must be some meeting.
Wow.
Anybody have an issue or concern about the cemetery commission using the building?
No.
No.
Okay.
Would you expect a short meeting with the cemetery?
I would hope so. I mean, what do they get to talk about? Okay, so the second question again is, do you want me to sign off on this?
Yes.
Okay. All right, motion to permit the town cemetery commission to use the second floor for their meeting.
So moved.
So moved, okay, so is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Steve, you have added to the agenda the crushing bids?
Job crushing bids.
Yep.
First one is Hunter Excavating. Mobilization of rock crushing equipment for duration of proposed work. Accumulate hammer exposed boulders in surrounding pit area. Provide crushing to hammered rock to produce 5 to 8 inch minus stitch stone. Rock crushing by product will be 4 inch minus road builder type material for a total of $39,000.
Who's that?
Hunter Excavating.
Have we ever used them before?
Yes. The next one is Basin Brothers. $38,800.
For the same thing,
Same thing.
38,800. Okay.
I'd make a motion to accept Basin Brothers' bid for $38,800 for the crushing in the town pit.
Okay, motion's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on the process or the bid system? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And is there any abstention? Okay, 5-0. All right. So we do have an executive session that's going to run under VSA 313B for personnel issues. We're currently waiting to move forward with that. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, July 12th, 2020. What's that? 22. Good Lord. 2022. Okay. Laura, did you have anything that you wanted to discuss?
Just one thing. I think I kind of understand about the, what is it, ARPA?
ARPA.
Whatever, those funds. I didn't look it up today. But I understand that there's a lot of paperwork and stuff that has to be gone through before you can really commit to anything, because you have to be very clear about what you're doing with it, with those funds. But once it's clear to everyone how it can be utilized, are you going to open up that for discussion with the town to see whether people in town have any ideas about what they would like to see done?
The first thing that's going to happen with the ARPA money is we're going to take care of some issues that need to be addressed in town that are going to relieve some of the burden on the taxpayers for issues that we need to fix, but we have no other money other than increasing taxes to do it. That's the first step. After that's taken care of, and there's at least 3 projects in the mill, then we will move forward with putting out a request for people that want to research, want a project brought forward. Don't expect that for 8 to 12 months. And The biggest thing is these funds have to go towards the greatest number of people. I mean, you brought up some examples last time about fixing somebody's car, or we can't do that. First of all, government cannot be involved in that. Second of all, the town, do you really want the town and its town business involved in your personal private business? And I don't know anybody that wants that.
Yeah, I was thinking more of like a transportation fund for people that are in trouble, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, where they could ask for help with this fund in order to be
No.
able to get to work or
It's not
whatever.
discretionary. It's very directed.
Excuse me?
It's not discretionary. What you're talking about is a discretionary fund. This is very directed on a project.
Uh-huh.
So that won't work.
Okay, well, I just wasn't quite sure how that fund could be used, so. But otherwise, other than that, I just wanted to come and just kind of see what's going on.
Okay.
You know?
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Entertain a motion to adjourn. Go into executive session.
So moved. Second.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay. 5-0. We're done. Thank you.